Welcome everyone to the Tactical Tavern. I'm your host, Tomas Alas, and in this video we are checking out one of the most beautiful and sinister blades I have ever held. I present to you the Bastinelli Grumpy. It is a compact sickle scythe karambit hybrid, and we're going to go over what features this has to offer, taking a look at the pros and the cons in order to help you decide if this is right for you. With that being said, let's cut into it. The Grumpy is the definition of tactical art. It's also Bastinelli's motto, and it certainly blends form and function into an extremely capable package. This blade comes in with an overall length of 8 inches long, and that's according to my measurements. It's slightly different from being online at around 6, but I'm measuring from the top of the sickle right down to the bottom of the handle. It sports a blade length of 5 inches, and that is comprised of high-performance M390 blade steel, and it's such a beautiful grind. The blade stock is on the thinner side, which maximizes the slicing and penetration capabilities, and on the top part of the curve here towards the back end, we also have some added serrations, which increase the effectiveness as a garden tool. I like that the serrations were only added to the back end section of this blade, which maximizes the tip strength for any of your repeat thrusting activities. The edge and the sharpness on this blade surprise me. Most of the time with other tools, they're like overly polished from the buffing wheel. This does not. It's razor sharp, but it still has an aggressive toothy bite to it, so it'll effortlessly get into any sort of material. The handle is comprised of canvas micarta, and it measures in at 6.61 inches and also extremely ergonomic. Starting at the very bottom, we have a lanyard hole, and it flares out towards the back end, so both in the forward and the reverse grip, it's going to prevent your hands from sliding off. There's also some added jimping on here to help you get even more traction. The standard version of the Grumpy is the thinnest by having just plain micarta scales, but I opted for the Suka custom wrapping, which is what you would find on a Japanese katana or samurai sword, and I love it. Bastinelli does an amazing job at wrapping these blades. It's also impregnated with resin, so it is not going anywhere. Yet, it's still smooth to the touch, but with any slight amount of pressure, it will lock your hands in for the most secure grip. As we work our way up the handle, you'll also notice many different grooves and cutouts that provide so many comfortable ways for you to grip the Grumpy. This brings me to something that really surprised me about the Grumpy, and that's the weight and the balance. It has a balance point right below that first finger choil, and it comes in at just 5.89 ounces. This translates to a blade that is super fast and very lively in the hand. This also comes with a Kydex sheath that fits perfectly. Strong retention, and it's smooth to index because of that large opening that also conveniently acts as a thumb lever to quietly deploy the blade. There are also multiple mounting options on the sheath, which gives you a variety of ways to carry the blade. Typically for the standard version of the Grumpy, it comes equipped with a Tech-Lock style holder to fasten it to your belt or your pack, but I opted for the Miami Vice Carry shoulder holster. The shoulder holster option gives you the most comfortable way to carry this blade around, especially considering the rather unique shape that it has. I have found that you can quickly deploy it into the forward and the reverse grip with either hand. The shoulder holster is sold separately, but I highly recommend it if you are interested in carrying this blade. I tried experimenting around with a few different options like a discrete carry concepts appendix carry, but this blade is so sharp I definitely do not want it near any of my other prized possessions. You could also static line carry this, which is not a bad option, especially considering that when you pull it out, you're going to be clearing your garment with the sheath on until that certain point where it will detach and then dangle down to your side. The best thing is that you have so many different mounting options. You can experiment and play around with what works for you and your carry needs. The Bastinelli Grumpy cuts and slashes extremely well, and I've enjoyed using it for my unboxing videos that some of you guys may have seen. But let me tell you what, we all know exactly what this blade was designed for. It's for gardening activities. If you are a fan of any curved blades or karambit style tools, you will absolutely love this blade. It's also extremely effective, so keep that in mind that in the hands of anyone that gets a hold of it, it's going to do some damage. At the time of this review, you can find the Bastinelli Grumpy standard version for around 420 bucks, or you can go with the premium version like I opted for around $550. At that price point, it certainly lends itself to be on the higher end premium side of cutlery, but I think for the capabilities that this has, it is devastatingly effective, and I can hear the comments coming in already. Why don't you buy a firearm for that kind of money? Well, let me tell you what. Hey, dude, carry both. This is going to be very effective in a close quarter combat situation, and I think it's going to do a little bit more damage than your tiny 9mm hole would. Regardless of how you want to spend your money, I consider this investing in precious metals, and this is certainly tactical art that's going to stay in my collection forever. Do me a favor and let me know what are your thoughts on the Bastinelli Grumpy in the comment section down below, and what other gear should we test out and review here on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, you found it fun or entertaining, make sure to drop a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Tactical Tavern so you won't miss future videos helping you upgrade your gear. With that being said, my name is Tomas Alas. Thank you for watching the Tactical Tavern. I'm excited to see you in the next video, and remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.